So you've gone through the Paleo Elimination protocol and your symptoms are all under control or completely gone, and you're wondering, what do I do next? So here comes the fun part. This is the part where you get to reintroduce some of the foods that you have eliminated, and we are going to be starting with foods that are lesser known to be inflammatory, and then moving up to the most likely inflammatory foods for you. So we're going to be going through 4 stages, and you're not going to start reintroducing if you currently have an infection, because obviously you still have inflammation in your body and you don't want to be confusing any symptoms that you're having and confusing it with maybe a reaction to the food that you're trying. You're not going to be reintroducing after if you've had a strenuous workout, again, because that's just, increasing inflammation in your body as your body's recuperating from that. And if you haven't been getting great sleep lately, not a good time to be reintroducing foods. And also if you're under a lot of stress, which we're all under stress these days, but if you're doing your best to keep that down to a minimum and you feel that everything is calm in your body, then that's the time to start introducing the new foods. So you're also going to be introducing one food every 5 to 7 days, and you're going to be keeping a food journal of how you're feeling, anything different in your body, and any symptoms that you're having. So even if you feel like that reintroduction of that food is successful, you're still going to be keeping the consumption of that particular food to a minimum, not having it every day, several times a day. You might have it, every other day or a couple times a week, that kind of thing. That way you'll have the best long-term results. And if the first food that you tried or any food that you try, you can retry it later on in the introduction process. So it doesn't mean that you'll never be able to have that food again, but you can try it again later. So when you are trying a food, you're only going to eat it 2 to 3 times that first day. And you're only going to start with half a teaspoon. You're going to wait 15 minutes, and if you're doing okay, then you're going to eat like 1.5 teaspoons of that food and wait like 2 or 3 hours. And then if you're still feeling okay, you can try having a normal portion of that food. And then you're not going to eat any more of that food for the 5 to 7 days. Monitor your symptoms in the food journal and see how it goes. And if everything is good and you're still feel like your body's in a good place to reintroduce a new food, then you can move on to the next food. So symptoms that you will be looking for is if you've got increased phlegm or a runny nose, or just like a dry, irritating cough, or like that itch in your throat, a lot of sneezing, feeling more tired, less energy, more anxiety, more mood swings, aches and pains all over, including headaches. And stomach-wise, is your stomach hurting? Are you getting constipated? Are you having diarrhea? Are you feeling nauseous? And your skin. This is the biggest barometer for me, especially with my eczema. If my skin is flaring up, then I know that something's going on. I'm still... There's some foods that I've reintroduced and I've done well with, but I still have a long way to go to add more foods, and that's okay with me. I'd rather take my time and do it properly and not have ongoing symptoms that I'm ignoring. So you're going to be monitoring. These are all symptoms that if you are having them, you're going to put that in your journal. And if the symptoms of whatever disease you had, if those symptoms are starting to come back, then that's also an indication that, okay, this food is, you're not doing well with this food at this time, but like I said, you can reintroduce it later on. So in stage 1, you're going to be able to add some egg yolks back. I always thought it was the reverse. I always thought the egg yolks were more inflammatory, I guess, than the egg whites, but it's the other way around. The egg yolks are not as inflammatory. I'm always going to be allergic to eggs, so I just crossed that off my list right off the bat. You're also going to be trying different berries, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, because they do have the little seeds in them. So try them one at a time and see how you do with those. You can have an occasional cup of coffee, yay! And some seed-based spices like mustard or black pepper, you can reintroduce those, and again, one at a time. So I guess I would choose the ones that you're missing the most and start with those. And also cocoa or chocolate. So you're not going to want to really add a chocolate bar with all kinds of other ingredients in it, but try to pick the purest dark chocolate that you can and try that. Because if you pick something that's got so many other things in it, you're not going to really know what you're reacting to. So that is the phase 1 of the introduction. And then if you've done okay with these things, you can move on to stage 2. And in stage 1, I forgot peas. You can try peas, green beans, and legume sprouts, or bean sprouts. Okay, stage 2, you can start reintroducing seeds. And again, I would, the sunflower seeds, I would do like one type of seed at a time. You can also try reintroducing nuts, chia seeds, and you can have coffee every day and see how you do with that. And you can add back in the egg whites. You can try some grass-fed butter with your cooking. And you can also add in some small amounts of alcohol. So those are the things you're going to be reintroducing in stage 2. And don't worry about writing all this stuff down. I'm going to leave a link down below to the Paleo Mom, Sarah Ballantyne. She has a great article that goes over all of this and actually goes into way more detail about the whys and all that stuff. Stage 3, you can try eggplant and sweet peppers, tomatoes, peeled potatoes. Because stage 4 has unpeeled potatoes, so I'm thinking that the peel has some inflammatory properties in there that they want you avoiding initially. So also in stage 3, you can try adding grass-fed dairy, like the grass-fed milk, lentils, split peas. Not sure what the difference between peas and split peas, but I guess the split peas are more inflammatory, and chickpeas. And in stage 4, you're going to be trying the more inflammatory type foods, like more of the nightshade spices, chili peppers, chili powder, that kind of stuff, and unpeeled potato. Yeah, we're going to be adding the potato skin back in. You can add in more alcohol And the gluten-free grains, you can add those back in, and some white rice. And any other foods that you've been allergic to in the past that you want to try and challenge. So for instance, if I wanted to try eggs again, I would be adding those at the very end and monitoring my symptoms for that. So I hope you're well on your way on the paleo journey. If you're not ready to reintroduce foods yet, don't worry. Take your time. I did. Sometimes it just takes a while, especially, you know, I didn't treat my body well for the first 50 years of my life, so I had a lot of inflammation to get rid of. So it may take more than the 3 or 4 weeks. It may take 3 or 4 months before you feel like, okay, I feel like everything, I'm in a good place, everything, all my symptoms are under control, and I'm ready to reintroduce new foods. So let me know if you have any questions or any comments. Again, I will leave those links down below to Sarah Ballantyne's website and that wonderful article. And she also has some great books and recipes and other articles on her site to help you along your journey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time. Please subscribe and share and like this video.